well lit, cropped, really wonderful photo of your artwork, you're going to want to upload it to your Google site. But before we do that, we want to go to Google Photos. The reason why is because if we just upload an image that is taller than it is wide into a Google site, it's going to rotate that image 90 degrees. And unfortunately, Google Sites at this time do not have a way to rotate the image. So we need to use another Google platform, Google Photos, to get that image edited so that it can go into our portfolio in the correct orientation and be ready to go so people can look at it and enjoy your work. So what you're going to need to do is, after you've taken your photo, you're going to upload it to your computer, and then you're going to go to photos.google.com. Now the first time you get here, I'm going to suggest that we make an album for Artist Studio, and this is going to be a place that we can put all our photos for our sketchbook assignments, for our studio projects, for anything that we need to post on our Google site. So on here, I'm going to go down to Albums under Library, and once I click on that, I'm going to have the option to create an album by going up here into the upper right. So I'm going to click Create Album. It's going to create my album, and I'm going to be able to add a title. And I'm just simply going to title this Artists Studio. Now it says the album is empty, so we're obviously going to want to add photos, and you can always come back to this album and add later. I'm going to start off by adding a photo of a portrait I've done in the past to kind of walk you through how to use this website. So I'm going to click Add Photos, and for me, I'm going to need to search from my computer. So I'm going to select from computer. I am going to go around, and I've had this image saved on my desktop, so it's going to upload it briefly. For you, you may have it on your Chromebook and need to upload it from there. You may need to send photos to your Chromebook and download them from your Drive or other places to get it uploaded here. So we're just going to wait for this photo to upload, and then I'm going to talk about the editing capabilities within Google Photos. Okay, so my photo has just uploaded into Google Photos. You can see it in here. Anytime you open other photos, they'll end up in here. And I did a pretty good job of keeping it in focus, but I have a little bit of my desk pattern on the background here. So I want to remove that before we go into Google Sites. So I'm simply just going to click on the image, and it's going to take me into this little editor tab. There are some different options here, but the big one we want to use is the edit function, and we get to that because it's got the 3 slider bars up here. So I'm going to click on edit, and it's going to give me a few different options. If you ever need to rotate your photo, the rotate function is here on the very end. You're going to be able to go through and you can rotate that by altering your angles. So if you just got slightly off, you can do that. You can also go in and crop, and this is going to be what I suggest to use this feature for. You really want to remove any unnecessary background details so you can just focus in on your artwork. So I'm going in, I'm bringing those edges as close to the artwork as possible. Now I have a situation here where I have a little overhang, and usually I tend to go on the inside unless I'm cropping out details. But if your image is slightly off, you can always rotate those out by a degree or so to try to straighten it up. Alright, so I've got my image here. Once I'm done cropping, I can go to done. And then it takes you back. If you want, you can do some auto adjustments to it. It's not a bad idea to have your artwork beside you and look at how it looks compared to this. I'm going to use the original because this actually looks the closest to it. So I'm going to click done, and that will leave my artwork in a complete state on Google Photos so that I can upload it into my site next.